Your prospect just said something to you on the phone. Is it a condition, an objection, or a myth? Today, we're going to go over exactly what a condition, an objection, and a myth are so you know exactly what to do and you're not reacting, but you're rather responding to them. Responses show confidence, reactions show weakness, right? A reaction is, oh, why do you think that? Where a response is, what about that is making you concerned? What about that is X? What about that is Y? What has you thinking that, right? Those are responses versus a reaction. So again, we're going to go back to condition, objection, and myth. This is really, really important when it comes to any sort. It's not even just sales. This is in your relationship. This is with your kids. Do they have a condition, an objection, or a myth? So a condition, first off, is something that is not changeable. Now, could you work around it? Sure, but I'm going to talk to you about how that doesn't work in a lot of cases. So a condition with a prospect might be, yes, I absolutely want to buy. It's going to be May to June of 2026 because I have twin sons in high school and they graduate at the end of next year. So after they graduate, they already know what schools they're going to. They're both baseball players and they got free ride scholarships. And I'm going to downsize at that point. I don't need the house that I have. So I want to sell this one and buy a nice condo at XYZ, right? So that is a condition. Now, we may have something that we could overcome that with, like, well, if we found the right condo at the right price for you right now and we could put a renter in it, would that work for you? And some people might say yes. So I'm not saying don't have an alternative. However, that is a condition and you're not going to change that condition. You're not going to get them to move into a condo now and share bunk beds together, right? So that's a condition because it cannot be overcome. Again, there might be an alternate choice, but the actual condition cannot be overcome. An objection may be the rates are too high. Now, an objection you could overcome because there could be a solution like a seller contribution to buy the rate down. There might be a new home build that's offering an amazing rate, or it might be something where if you discuss the cost of waiting and how homes may appreciate and rates will stay the same, and then when they drop, yes, you could buy a home for a lower rate, but if it's at a higher price, you get the same payment, blah, blah, blah. You know, you get the gist of that, but that's an objection. It can be overcome. A myth is something that is just altogether made up. Now, myths, you have to be very, very careful with. So when I say altogether made up, it might be a belief system or a belief that they have from knowledge that was from yesterday. So a myth could be something like, I don't have enough saved. I know I need 20% down. And they're not saying that's just the way I operate in life. I will only do 20% down. I know I could get it for less. I'm talking about somebody that's saying I need 20% down. There is a credit score associated with people that don't think they could move forward and therefore put the brakes on. And that credit score is 720. There are some people out there that truly believe that you need at least a 720 credit score. And we all know you could have a 580 with FHA and VA, 620 for most conventional, 640 gets you into a better rate. Yes, do the 720, 740s get you into the best, most elite rate? Of course, but you don't need it, so it's a myth. Now, here's where you have to be careful with a myth. Don't say no. When somebody says, well, I know that you need 20% down in order to qualify for a loan, a lot of knee-jerk reactions are to say, oh, no, you don't need 20% down. There's programs out there that offer 3.5% down, even 5% down. So we could definitely get you into something for a lot less than 20% down. Why say no? It'll work sometimes. And people will go, oh, really? I didn't know that. I must have misinformation. Some people, though, you're going to break rapport because you've bruised their ego, because you've made them wrong, because you've made them feel stupid. Nobody wants to feel stupid. So how do you handle a myth? So they say, so, Alex, I wish I could move forward right now, but I know you need 20% down to qualify for a loan. Hey, Bob, that's fantastic that you're doing a lot of your research and that you have some knowledge. I'm sure when your parents bought their house, they probably were at a 20% down, and that's great, and that's very aspirational. I love hearing this with clients, because clients with knowledge are very, very, helpful to me because they understand the process. Let me ask you this. If I had a solution to where you didn't need 20% down, we can get you into something for, say, 10% or 3.5%. Is that something that you'd want to explore if something like that existed? And if they go, yeah, there's no other reason. I don't have the 20%. Great. I work with a terrific mortgage professional, and he's got some loan products and programs that take away that old 20% down necessity. And there are still products like that, especially investors and second homes, things of that nature. But there are a lot of great products that are really working on encouraging home ownership. So I'd love to explore that with you if you'd feel open to that. And they go, oh, wow, yeah. Now I become a hero because I'm providing a solution, right? Now, I'm not trying to, this isn't a deceptive type practice. It's just, I don't want to make them wrong. I don't want to make them feel bad about not having knowledge, because guess what? That's not common sense. Because not everybody has had experience buying homes, selling homes. We think it's common sense because it's second nature to us because we're doing this all day long, every day. However, when it comes to the consumer, if they haven't dealt with it, then that's just what they thought because of something that they previously heard. I got to tell you, I'm wrong like that often on things that I don't know about. I say things incorrectly to a doctor or an attorney or a CPA or a bicycle mechanic or somebody where I'm thinking this is the way something works, and they go, oh no, that's not the way it works. Now, I happen to be somebody that doesn't really take offense to, oh no, that's not the way it works. However, a lot of people do. So again, be careful. You don't have to walk on eggshells. Come confidently and be the solutions provider. So there you have it. That's a condition, an objection, and a myth. And now you should have some great tools, some great arrows in your quiver in order to be able to overcome all of them and be their person of choice. When I say overcome, on the condition, you're not overcoming. You're agreeing, you're marking that down, but you win the business in a year and a half from now by not pushing them, by not being too salesy, not having that commission breath. So you do have a way of overcoming it. It just doesn't speed up the timeline for them. So condition, objection, myth, go to town, get on the phones, make things happen, and have the best year ever.